Hello, welcome to Charmed Persons. Thank you for joining us for part 3 of season 4 of The Remains. Let's jump right into it. In our last session, our party of survivors that left Blue Valley found themselves in a fight with infected. We had Liam Fisher, played by Michael Brigance, Jesse Harkett, played by Kelsey Scomer, and then the return of Morgan Donaldson, played by Angie, Jenna Baker, played by Emily. During this fight, there were close calls and damage suffered. But the survivors were able to take care of the infected. Mickey and Minnie and their unexpected caretaker, Nick Colton, were nowhere to be found after the fight. Fearing that more infected were making their way to the sounds of gunfire, the group left Townsend and continued their trek. The journey to the Happy Valley Ski Resort was tenuous and filled with some awkward conversations, some poignant ones, but also terrible nightmares that plagued our group in their sleep and left a lasting effect the next day. However, after this horrible night and prepping food and connecting with one another, our group continued on their way and eventually found themselves near the Happy Valley Ski Resort. They weren't the first ones there, though, as two figures surprised them with guns pointed. After a brief, tense convo, these two figures put down their weapons and greeted the group, introducing themselves as Luke Ryerson and Fable Martin, two survivors that had been wandering the eastern half of the country and were making their way back to Atlanta after reports of a Firefly-controlled QZ. Where we left off, our group was searching the ski resort for supplies and breaking off to have conversations of their own. We had a couple conversations at the end of last episode, but before we jump into more, let's see what you guys are able to find. So I'm going to decide this just completely at random in my head. Emily, go ahead and roll a d4 for me.
Okay. 3.
You find 3 rags. There's more supplies at this place, so there's no negative modifier. Michael, sharp objects. Roll a d4 for me. Three sharp objects. Nice. 3 for 3. All right, Kelsey, the pressure's on. Alcohol. This is an important resource here. 2 alcohol. That's good. You got 2 medkits right there at least.
Better than 1.
And then last but not least, Angie, adhesive. Can anybody upgrade their weapons with these 3 sharp objects? Let's see. What'd you get? Sorry, I didn't hear
you.
2. Okay. 2 adhesive. Even though there are more crafting supplies here, you do not find any ammo. So there is no ammo. However, I do need everyone to roll an agility check for me.
How many rags did we find?
3.
And we found 2 alcohol?
Correct.
And 3 sharp objects?
Right.
Yes.
3, 2, 3, 2.
3, 2, 3, 2. Even though it went 3, 3, 2, 2. Nat 20. Nice. For a total of?
20.
20. Nice. Okay.
I got a 15.
15.
19 on the die for 23.
23. Okay.
Baby, I got a 15 too.
Oh, that's so cute. All right, well, it's the top 2, so this is going to be Liam and Jesse. Liam, do you keep any of the supplies that are found for yourself?
No.
Okay, Jesse? All right, cool. Yeah, just always giving the opportunity, in case you ever want to be a bitch.
This isn't Monster Hearts.
No, but I will suggest though that we use, because I still have a sharp object left over from last time too. Mm-hmm. And now that we have adhesive and sharp objects, we could make some arrows and potentially hunt before we go. Especially because some of our food got stolen, so Jesse would recommend that.
Have a bow?
Well, I guess not. Well, I assume if there's arrow craftables, does that mean we have to have a bow?
It doesn't mean that we
No!
have a bow.
We've used adhesive and sharp objects in the past to craft like melee stuff.
Yeah, you can craft melee weapons, or you can also upgrade melee weapons. And I will allow that to also be knives. Meaning that you would basically kind of had like a double-bladed object. And the same result would be as if you did it with the bat, which is you would be able to automatically hit the headshot threshold on a 19 or a 20, and it becomes basically +1.
I would like to upgrade my
For sure,
machete thing.
However, there is a new mechanic that you have 3 uses of this upgraded weapon before you have to upgrade it again.
Oh, but it doesn't like break like you can't.
It does not break the entire weapon; it just breaks the upgrade after 3 uses. So anybody can do that if you want. Theo also has a bat that he'd be willing to give one. Probably would be better for a PC to have a upgraded weapon rather than an NPC. But so you guys can do whatever you want with those supplies.
We were giving. Oh, sorry.
No, you're
Go,
good.
Angie.
Morgan.
I just wanted to know the shift to the proficiency bonus from like being cold.
Yes.
Does that go away after a long rest?
It goes away after a long rest, which has technically not happened yet.
Cool.
Yeah. But you know what? It actually makes more sense, especially because it was by. You know what? I will say you can go ahead and mark yourself back up from that because you're literally in a place where there's like a fire going, and like it just wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense for this to still be affecting you. So I'm just going to go ahead and rule that if you did have a negative proficiency bonus or any other negatives due to the weather, the storm, that those have been restored.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And then what were you going to say, Em?
We were giving all of our med kits to Morgan or Jesse? Morgan? Okay.
Yeah.
That's all.
And I have one right now, just to remind you all. I have one right now that has 2 more points of healing, and then I have a full one at 5 points of healing.
And then we can make 2 more with this stuff we just
We
found.
Or a Molotov.
Unless we want a Molotov.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, I was about to say,
do that?
Theo would probably suggest a Molotov.
I have one
Yeah.
Molotov.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I do.
We could
I have
we
12.
could do one more Molotov.
I wouldn't mind taking another. Not to be so greedy during this like grab session.
No, but we
What?
have.
You've literally said nothing.
Jenna, but wait, real quick.
Oh,
Where did you get a Molotov from?
I think we crafted one early on. We
Okay, cool. I just wanted to
crafted
make sure
like
it was crafted
some
this
healing
season.
animals.
We had at
Yeah.
least one, but everything else we've used for
Yeah,
healing.
and I
Yeah.
crafted
Cool.
17 the last session.
Oh my god, Angie.
Oh yes, I remember because you were doing that bit, which is super funny. Okay, so I'm sorry that was so mean of me.
That was good though. That was really good.
I completely undersold it by feeling bad immediately.
my
Okay,
God.
so
You gotta commit.
Yeah, you got to lean into it.
I know. Okay, cool. So what are we doing exactly? I just want to make sure I'm hearing. So I know that Liam is taking an upgraded weapon. Let's do upgraded weapons first. So Liam's taking an upgraded weapon. Is anybody else taking an upgraded weapon? No. Cool.
I have a sharp object still left over. If I can I put that on my hunting knife?
It
Or is that
takes a
not-
sharp
it has
object
to be
and an
bigger?
adhesive. That's all.
Oh well, then
It-
never mind.
No, but you
Well, we
guys
have
just
2
found.
adhesives.
Yeah, you just found 2 adhesives.
So both of you could do.
Yeah. What basically just to kind of, and I'm kind of improvising here in the moment, but I would kind of just narratively think that that's like your like knife and then like a 1 blade of a scissor like taped the other way, so it's kind of like a double bladed thing. So
Okay.
yes, you can definitely do that. And then just as a reminder again, that's a 19 or a 20 is a crit, and it's also a +1. And you get 3 uses of that before the upgrade breaks, but the weapon will stay. Okay, so that's the sharp objects and adhesives. And then
Sorry.
yeah.
Well, no, we still have 2 sharp objects left because I used a sharp object I already had.
Okay, cool.
So I'm marking it on the group too.
+1. Are you including? Because I just like never encounter +1 objects. That's +1 to hit and +1 damage.
Yes, correct.
Thank you.
Okay, so then we're crafting 1 medkit and 1 Molotov. Is that what I'm hearing?
I also have 1 alcohol left over. Did we have 1 more rag than we had alcohol?
We have 3 rags and 2 alcohol. Yes.
So we can make maybe 2 kits and 2 med kits and 1 Molotov.
Okay, cool. So we will have a total of 3 full medkits, 1 half medkit, and then 2 Molotovs.
Amazing.
Perfect. You guys.
I
are
have
stocked.
a Molotov already, and we're making one. Didn't somebody else have one?
No, I think it was just.
No, we
No,
just had
okay.
the one.
I just said that I wanted to have one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so
so
you
you can
Liam
take the
have
one we just
second
crafted.
Cool.
Okay, so
Thank
the
you.
alcohol's gone, the rags are gone. We still have 2 sharp objects left over.
Okay.
Just as an FYI.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can I then ask for the the 2 leftover points on the health because I'm at 12 out of 15.
Yeah, I was gonna see.
And I'm afraid for my life.
I was gonna check in with everybody, especially my love. So how many do you have?
I have 12 out of 15, but I'll take the 2 and I'll just go to 14. I'm fine with that.
Cool. Where are you at, Jenna?
I'm at 10.
Okay. So I'll give Jessie the last of the.
Yep.
Like I'll give her the old bandage at the bottom of this med kit.
Perfect. That's all we need.
Great.
So now we still have just the 3 full health kits. I'll give Jenna 3.
Okay.
Out of one of them.
Okay.
Right. So we have 2 full and 1 with 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 12 out of 15 total.
Perfect.
That's kind of how I'm tracking it.
Yeah, that's great.
Beautiful.
Okay, wonderful. So as all of this is happening, conversations.
Wait, Liam, are you
happening.
okay? Sorry.
Good.
Liam, you good?
I'm at full.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, as all of this is happening, conversations are happening, and we can get into those conversations. But last thing, Liam, it's apropos, as the highest initiative, you find Evie's second letter.
Ooh. Oh my god!
Wow.
Which I will show
with a nat 20.
Which I will. I know, but his was technically more. But you know what? You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just this. It's my own homebrew system. Fuck it. I'm going to say with a nat 20, you see him discover.
Oh, okay.
So
cool,
you
cool,
won't
cool,
see
cool.
the content of the letter unless he gives it to you, but you do see him get.
I won't say anything about it yet.
Yet, okay. I'm going to show this to you guys. Everybody, I'm going to read it for everybody, but until Liam shows it to anybody else, only Liam.
Mm-hmm.
But for the stream, I want them to. Brad's dead. I don't know how it happened. Wasn't there. I was with Rebecca while Brad and Nelson were out looking for food. Nelson said that they got attacked by roamers. We heard the shots ring. Can't believe it. Gone. He's actually gone. Bex is taking care of Nelson. He said Brad saved his life, sacrificed himself. Sounds like my brother. It's going to be so hard without him. He was my hero, ever since we were little. He always protected me, even if I didn't want it. Even when Nelson found us, Brad was super protective and wary. Felt like he never really warmed up to him, really. If Bex wasn't from our hometown, I don't know if Brad would even trusted her. But that's just like Brad, sacrificing himself for someone he didn't even get along with. I just hope this place is worth it. Brad, I love you so much. I'm going to miss you, Dex. Love, Dee Dee.
No, Nelson killed him. Just saying. That's so sus. Me not having read this letter, I'm like,
So you discover that letter, Liam. Yeah.
I'll put it back where I in the same spot in the book that I put the first one.
Perfect. So as all of this is going on, as these supplies are happening, are there any other conversations that you want to have while you have a little time of respite before you hit the road again?
I'd like to talk to Fable.
Okay, yeah.
And Luke. Briefly.
So Morgan has just finished her conversation with Fable and Luke that she had in last episode, where she learned about the hospital, and has walked away and has been away for a few minutes, and you find that Luke and Fable are just sitting in front of the fire. They're just kind of like chatting with each other. Fable's still sitting in her chair with her knees up to her chest, arms crossed over her knees, just kind of like looking into the fire. Luke is cleaning his gun in front of the fire, but you find them and Luke kind of looks up at you and then just smiles.
Hey, I'm sure you guys are going to get a lot of us talking to you, so I'm so sorry about that in advance.
No problem.
Just a quick question. You mentioned Atlanta, and you're from there, right?
Yeah.
How is it?
Hot. Yeah, no, it's I don't know. It was weird being in a QZ. That wasn't something that I really expected for myself. Um, it's a lot of people.
Mm.
Like it was crazy to be around that many people, thousands. But you know, Fedra sucked, and it was horrible. And if you were to ask me this question 5 years ago, I would have told you to give it a wide berth. But if what we've heard is true, it's got walls, plies. It's filled with people who want to create a better world. I hope. Hope being the key word, Fable says.
Yeah. Well, that'd be great. I'm just thinking, you know, if someone were to potentially be looking for a place to restart a life, like that sounds like a pretty good place, right?
It's definitely not a bad place. Are you thinking of leaving Blue Valley? Blue Valley?
She like looks at everybody else. No, not for me. Friend.
Okay, all right.
Friend.
Well, like I said.
No, that's so helpful. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And she like goes to leave awkwardly and kind of turns back. And she's like, "Hey, you have more of those books? Anything you're not looking to use anymore?"
Sorry, just for Zach. What book are you referencing? Sorry.
Oh, Fable was reading a book.
Oh yes. I'm sorry.
She's gonna ask.
Sorry, no. I was out of.
She's like,
So yeah, she's please. So you say that, and she says, yeah. I mean, I have books. And you want a book?
I mean, I don't want to take something that's precious to you.
No.
If you had one you were looking to trash or leave behind, I have someone in mind who I think could use it.
Okay. Well, what do you think that they would like? I have a lot of books. I have. Have you ever heard of Shakespeare? Well,
no.
let's just say he was a really good storyteller. What kind of stories do you think this person would like?
Well, and she looks back at the group again and kind of lowers her voice. She's like, "This is for somebody to give to somebody else, as a gift. So I don't know what either of them like to read. If I'm being completely honest, I've just met both of them very recently. One of them I know better than the other. The other one's really quiet. Anyways, it's a long story. Whatever." Hope, okay. Maybe, or something positive, like happy.
Happy. Kind of an escape, maybe. Okay, and she reads into her book, and she takes out this book that is heavily used. Literally, you can see, like, rubbed away at the cover, thumbprints and stuff. And she gives it to you, and it says... William Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Oh, well, that's a fun name.
Yeah, it's about like
Midsummer Dreams,
magic, and got some really funny moments, and yeah, it'd be
perfect.
And maybe I'll loan it to you, and you can bring it back to me in Atlanta.
Okay. Thank you. I really appreciate this. This is going to mean a lot, I hope. Unless it doesn't. But if it does, it'll do it.
Okay.
Well, thanks. So nice to meet you both, really. Thank you so much. And she's like backing away, like, thank you. Thank you so much.
Like Fable's like clearly just like feeling awkward, looking down. Yeah. And Luke just kind of like warmly waves. Okay, yeah. Any other conversations that you want to have?
I kind of did, but if we need to move along, that's
No, please.
I think after my conversation with Rafi,
Which happened at the end of last week's episode.
I think stay a moment in that room. I kind of want to go find Morgan.
Okay, yeah.
If she is alone and not with Jenna.
For sure. I mean, I'm assuming there would be a moment where that would happen. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we're not like those other couples. We're a cool couple.
I think I would initiate the conversation as like as a guise of showing you like what the resources that I had found.
Yeah, cool.
Wow, Liam. Yeah. Good job.
And you're looking for stuff. Did you find anything?
Well, yeah, I found a couple bits and bobs, but nothing.
Good. I'm sorry if this is out of line or something. I don't know why I'm doing this. I can see how much you really care about Jenna. I've seen it since I got here, and I've really seen it this past day. Again, I don't know if there is even anything that's happening, or something's you're just not the same, either of you. And all that being said, it's just you have to not let it consume you, what you're feeling. Cut yourself off from it, at least until this mission is done.
Well, Liam, I appreciate that. Thank you for, it's nice to know that I'm being looked out for, and respectfully, I cut myself off from this for far too long, and I'm not about to restart, so thank you. I'm a grown woman. I can take care of myself. I can take care of my loved ones. And I could help take care of you too if you'd let me, but for now, let's just call it a day. And keep on looking out for me, son. And I'll tap him on the shoulder and walk off. Unless he catches me, I would stop if he...
I think as you're walking away, there's a whole sediment of people that are the ones we're doing this for.
Oh.
I've messed up by letting other circumstances affect things, and it didn't go well, and I just... Okay.
Liam, I got this. We got this. And both can be true. I can feel the way I feel, and I can look out for my entire village.
Okay.
Okay. And as the two of you kind of find yourselves separate yet again, any other conversations that you want to have before the group kind of gathers up again?
I want to catch Liam as we're getting ready to go, so
yeah, for sure. you all gather back down into the main area. You share your supplies, craft the items that we've talked about, take your little short rest, and then you start to pack up your bags. Luke and Fable have stood and are like kind of watching you guys, and Luke says, "You sure you guys don't want to, spend the night? Head out in the morning? We're not leaving till tomorrow, so there's plenty of room." And it's like you could do that if you wanted to. It's also like I don't know 1-2 p.m. So you can still make a good amount of time. Maybe you can get to Willsville by nightfall.
I think we got some valuable time on the road today.
Yeah, sure. Just wanted to let you know we weren't kicking you out.
That's nice.
Fable like looks down at the ground, like right when he says that part, very much hoping that you all leave. Not in a mean way, but in a Fable way.
Yeah.
Could I have?
Right.
We don't have to RP it, but just at some point have asked if they knew of any like ammo like reserves or like anything that they would know.
They would tell you that that is one of the main reasons they are excited to get back down to Atlanta, because of the factory that they know about in Atlanta, because they are scarce on their ammo. And you actually, I would say, when you ask them that, they get just the slightest, like probably the most tense you've seen them, and like not in a mean way, but they're just like they're protective over
reminder,
what they
yeah.
have. Yeah. So you all start to pack up, and I'll say that you've stepped outside of the ski lodge now, and so you're at the awning where you're getting your horse and tackle ready, and so now probably as everyone's getting ready, Jesse, you would find Liam prepping Shadow.
Creep up. Hey. Hi. Sorry. My
Shadow
voice
lets
can
out
be
like
quite jarring. I am told my voice can be a bit jarring, so I apologize for that. I had something for you. Just something, and I don't know if I'm overstepping, so if I am, I will just take this and I will back away. But I happened to notice that you and Rafi were exchanging literature, and so I thought maybe you could give this to him. And she holds out the book.
Yeah.
Why don't you give it to him?
Because I think that he would like it better if it came from you.
He's going to read it either way, so why does it matter who gives him the book?
Because it's a gift, silly. It's a gift. It's a gift. If you give it to him, he'll be like, "Oh,
But
wow,
so
he's
getting
thinking
it.
about me." Liam, give him the book. Don't tell him I gave it to you, okay?
Why would it...
Because he likes you.
There's a really strong like red flush that's like building from my chest and like up through my neck.
See? Look, and you like him too.
I would call this overstepping, yes. I will just lead Shadow away.
Okay. Do you grab the book?
No.
Okay.
Oh, she stands there for a minute. She's like,
I would actually say Theo comes up. See you just standing there. He goes,
Oh.
"What was all that about?" Okay.
"Yeah, I'm fine."
All right. Well,
I was just trying to do something nice, and it didn't work.
yeah. Well, kind of like looks over off at Liam as he's walking away, kind of putting two and two together. Yeah. Well, hard shells take a few swings.
Yeah, fair enough.
Come on.
Well, at least now I don't have to find another copy of Midsummer Night's Dream.
Of what?
Like
Theo
the
says as he
classic-
like gets on his.
The classic like choice game scenario
Yeah,
where it was like
do you
take the
give
book, don't
it?
take the book. And then it's like they will remember this choice.
Yeah, for real.
Little lips quivering. Like,
Shout out Telltale. I love Telltale. Can't wait for Wolf Among Us 2. If you want to sponsor the stream, just let me know.
Just let me know.
Yes.
I'm assuming you're watching. Okay, so yeah, you all get on your respective horses. Liam on Shadow, Morgan on Gran, Fable, Jesse on Pollock, Jenna on Bert, Theo on Frosty, and Rafi on
Storm.
Storm. Thank you. I was like
Loved it
Thunder,
so much.
Storm.
So close.
I know. Actually, you know what is so funny? I haven't shown them to you guys. Nah, it's gonna take too much time to do it on stream. I'll do it at break. I have mid-journey portraits for all of the horses. I just haven't shown them yet. So I'll get them. I keep forgetting to save them. Low priority. So I will save those. I'll show them to you. I can. But you all leave the Happy Valley Ski Resort. It is old. You are immediately reminded of what you had, the benefits of where you just were, and you continue on your way. You leave the resort and head back into a more forested path. I say path, it really is an old road, but at this point, you barely, there's large chunks of the road where there's just no asphalt. So it does feel like more of a path, but every once in a while there are big spans of asphalt, but even then they're overgrown with grass. And but you follow this old road in the direction towards Wellsville. And as you travel, it's quickly, because it's the middle of winter, starts to get to be dusk. You know where you are on the map. You know that you're probably an hour or two's ride from Wellsville. So, your best chance for shelter is to just get there right at nightfall. And as you are traveling, I won't make anybody roll for this. You all just start to see on this same road, you can see it for a while away. I'm willing to say like a few 100 feet, if not more. You see what looks to be shapes coming down the road, but also more importantly, you see like what is clearly because it's like what is clearly like the movement of multiple flashlights, like just kind of like searching and like motioning. And you kind of all see this at the same time as you're riding. What the hell is that?
Are those people?
Are there like? Is it pretty? It's pretty barren.
What do you mean? Like it's like sorry,
trees?
yeah, yes. So is it like you are like in an old small road with like thick forest on either side of you?
Does it seem like we're far enough away that we could like
go and hide in the forest?
Yeah,
easily.
Yeah, let's just get out of the way of this. We don't know what it is.
Okay, cool. Do you go far enough away that you would... So there's options here. You can either go far enough away into the forest that they have no chance of seeing or hearing you, but you also have no real chance of seeing or hearing what's going on with them. You can go far enough in to where they most likely won't see or hear you, but it will require a group sneak check. But you would have a better chance of seeing or hearing them. You can also like take most of the horses and leave one or two people behind to listen very closely and like then come back to the horses. So there's options here, and I just kind of wanted to like, in this world, living in this world the way you would know of these options. So knowing these options, what do you think your characters would do?
I think we would either do option 2 or 3, or 2 or 3.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sneaky. I can stay in.
I'm pretty sneaky also.
The two scrappy skins.
Yeah.
Stand behind to do some recon.
Then, we can manage.
That works for me.
Okay, cool. Quickly enough, you decide this amongst yourselves to leave Liam and Jenna behind, while the rest of you take Shadow and Bert and head into the forest. You all get far enough away to where, looking inward, you would just as long as you stand pretty still, it's like you're just trees in the distance. It's pretty dark. But the two of you remain close to the road so that you can kind of see and maybe even hear what's going on here. So I need sneak checks from both of you.
Oh no.
What'd you get? Okay, was that
6 total?
Total.
Can I give my luck to somebody else?
Yeah.
Or is that just me?
Sure.
Re-roll it. Jenna.
I'll allow it.
Ooh. Oh, I hope
That's
better.
one roll per long
That's
rest.
a lot better. 18.
Okay.
19.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Way to solve a
Thanks,
scramble puzzle.
Yep. And one left.
Okay, so and it's nighttime, so they'll replenish the next day.
Listen, I knew it was gonna come in.
Okay, so easily enough, you guys are able to you just lay down flat on the ground, kind of like throw some leaves and snow on top of each other real quick, and then just lie down and listen. As you are doing this, you quickly realize that there are 5 riders. They're all on horseback, and you see that they do all have flashlights. They're not actively searching or looking for something. It's literally just to kind of see the way. And you hear them kind of mumbling as they go forward. Oh, I just now realized that I still had the fireplace. You guys aren't inside. That's so silly. As the riders are walking by, you kind of hear them mumbling, and you hear one talking to another, as they say, all right, well, listen, we'll be to town. We'll stop and camp for the night, and then we'll be to Townsend tomorrow. We gotta check in on what Alden wants us to check in on. Okay, Ryan and Juarez have been missing. They haven't checked in for days now, and we also gotta make sure the transmission's still going. And then another voice, ambient, you don't really know, who exactly is talking, says, I know, I just feel like there's better uses of our time than looking for Ryan and Juarez. We always look out for our own, you know that. I know, whatever. And as they continue to walk, continue to ride, you also hear, well, listen, we'll check in on everything in Townsend, and then we'll be back to the horizon, and everything will be just fine. I need both of you to roll search checks for me.
Mm, 21.
15.
Jenna, you see a car nearby. Old, beaten down car. It's not an active car. It's just on the side of the road. Was practically a part of the scenery. But as you're looking and watching, you see kind of plastered to this car what is very clearly, because of the way it's plastered, at the bottom of it flapping in the wind is a note on the car. And the group continues to travel by, and the last thing you hear them say is that they hope to get back soon. And then they've gotten out of earshot and eyeshot far enough to where you feel comfortable standing up and going and doing whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, I would I mean, we're right there together. I would go just grab the note.
You have found Evie's third letter. And it says, something is wrong. A bunch of people found us and are escorting us to the horizon. That is where these people apparently are. Nelson says they are friends, members of the community, but they are weird. Like weird. And Nelson has changed too. He's acting super short-tempered. He's an asshole. He hit me. It was kind of my fault. I was yelling at him for making us leave Brad's body. He didn't even allow me to bury him. He kept saying the shots they fired would bring more roamers, which is probably true. But I was pissed and got shitty, and he backhanded me. I felt like such a baby. I just started crying. I was so mad, but it just came out in tears. Bex yelled at him, and he came to me and apologized. Said he felt bad about it and didn't like to confront his shame like that. Whatever. Him and Bex are super fine now. Good for them. Starting to feel like maybe going to this place isn't for the best. And I would say, Liam, being with her, you recognize the paper and handwriting immediately.
Oh, is that a letter? Or a note?
Yeah, it looks like somebody who had to go to this place, who was going to the horizon.
Oh, I'll dig out the 2 things that I found and that I've stored in my book, and I'll hand them to.
Yeah.
I found these in a couple places back there, at the ski lodge, and then the in Townsend.
This looks like the same handwriting. Did you tell anybody about these? You gotta tell people when you find stuff like this.
I just thought it was like a cool find. I didn't think that it really had anything to do with what we were doing.
Honey, in this world, any information is important information. It's all right though. Let's go talk to everybody about it. Thank you for showing me.
Yeah.
All right. Quickly and easily enough, you are all gathered again by the side of the road. I'll say that still probably like a few feet into the forest, but you are all with each other. All your horses are together.
Fine. What'd you hear?
They're from the horizon. They said they're checking on some friends. There's some people from there that are missing named Ryan and Juarez. They're about to camp for the night. They said something about making sure transmission is still running. Also, I found this note, and I'll hand it right to Morgan.
I bet the transmission is the one back from Townsend. The one way. It was Townsend, right?
Is the Dawn, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of, by the way they were referring to it, and Jenna, you heard them say, go back to the horizon. It seems like the group's name is the Dawn, and where they call home is a place called Horizon.
Okay.
That's awfully cheesy.
No fourth wall breaking.
I like
Jesse
not
was there.
I'm just kidding.
See, I was
Just
thinking
like,
the same thing.
Come on. That was not an insult to you.
No, I'm just kidding. It is. That's the whole point. It's cheesy.
Did she only show me the one that she found?
She said letter, but I'm assuming she showed both.
I mean, I would have showed the one that I found, and then I would have looked.
Liam handed them to you, unless Liam got them back.
No, okay. Well, then yeah, I'd hand them all over.
This looks not good, y'all.
And you think that these people know about us because of the map?
I mean, it seems like it. Somebody does.
Rafi kind of steps up. Well, then we gotta go see what they're all about, right?
Just for my clarification, Patrick was the person we got this map from.
You got it from Derek, but Patrick is the one who found it.
And Patrick is new to our settlement?
He is, I think, just one of the football players.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just
So
one of the football
he's been
players.
there.
So he's been there like nigh on a decade.
Okay. Because earlier they were talking about how someone ran off with a map, or like.
He was being cagey about how he found the map. Patrick was.
But then something we heard from. I feel like maybe I'm making this up because I haven't been known to do that, but.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Nick was
Yeah,
talking to you about how
Yeah.
some Blue Valley people came in, got into a fight with people who were there, killed them, and he saw a guy run away with a map
Take
from
the
another
map.
guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
they killed people from
Morgan-
this horizon. Okay.
Yeah, Morgan thinks about that.
So Ryan and Juarez
Uh-oh.
Might be the people that
might be.
Patrick-
Oh no!
Oh, I'm so glad I dug that out of my brain.
Uh-uh.
So Morgan's like has a revelation like Raven, and they're like, Morgan,
my
you
God.
have a vision.
It's so satisfying when notes come back to
Yeah, finally.
things are connected. Yeah.
It's
Uh-huh.
been worth it. This
Huh, huh. Morgan's jazzed because very rarely does she put two and two together in such a fashionable ease. But yeah, so I would like lay that all out as well to them. I don't have to role play it, but yeah, I would just be like, yeah, Nick said something about an altercation with our people and some other people. I bet that's Juarez and Ryan. I bet Patrick killed them, and that's how he got this map, and then he gave it to Derek, and now we have it. So we have a map directly from.
You see Theo really
Horizon.
like be affected by this information because, just as a reminder, the reason why Theo blames
Yep.
himself for everything is because he killed a member of the Lycans.
Yep.
And
So yeah,
yeah.
there's a fear there that Patrick is now
Done the exact same
something
thing.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like see that and pat him on the shoulder.
This can't be good, sis.
Oh, it's probably not.
Well, if they fought us, then they're bad, right? Should we go? You said they were going to camp. Should we go and?
Well, it doesn't seem like they're calling the shots.
Did they mention anything about Blue Valley? The people who walk by?
No, not about Blue Valley.
Maybe only Ryan and Juarez knew.
But what if they find Nick and then Nick tells them because he's dickwad?
Boy.
What I want to know is,
Should've killed
what are we gonna do? Just us. It seems like they have a lot of people.
Well, I was just saying maybe we should scout, just see what we're dealing with. I mean, just information is power. I'm not saying we need to go in there. I'm just saying it'd be a shame to get so close to where they are and go back with no information.
But a party this size is for running, not for scouting. We're going to be conspicuous.
Well, I mean, it depends on how far. I mean, if not, if we just view it from afar, you know? Maybe there's a place where we can get some high ground, just kind of see what we're dealing with.
I think
Who
that's
was
a good
talking?
idea.
Who
I
said
mean,
that?
This is Rafi saying
Okay.
this.
Oh, God. I don't.
we're gonna go back to Blue Valley with a little bit of information, but we're this close. Wouldn't it be better if we were able to go back with just a little bit more information?
I don't think we should go out there, Theo says.
Yeah.
I think that we
Morgan
should-
immediately. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I honestly wonder if we should even keep going to Westville. I'm wondering if we should just get back. But,
More.
but
I was just gonna say Morgan immediately just starts sweating and thinking of them looking over the ridge at the very first time when they saw the Lycans camp. It
Yeah.
just like has a flashback trigger moment and like grabs Theo and
I
like
know.
gets a little dizzy.
I know.
Well, Wellsville could have the ammo that your settlement really, really needs and would need in case anything, were to happen.
That's true.
We gotta
We're
get
only,
somewhere
I
rest
mean,
for the night.
I was about to say, we're only an hour's ride.
I don't think that, we should disturb anything that we have no reason to really think that they're coming for Blue Valley. So I'm not saying that we should, raid them or
Yeah.
even scout them. But if we just do a quick supply check and everything, and then head back.
I think we should. I agree with Liam. Raffi says. I mean, we're only an hour's ride away. Did we really come all this way not to get anything? And if what Liam said is right, we're not running low just on ammo. There's no way.
I think we at least get there to rest for the night, and then what we do tomorrow we can figure out.
All right, I agree. We shouldn't be out here at night. I agree. Theo says. Right, well, let's ride then. Come on, sis. Theo says as he gets up on Frosty. Does Morgan just puke?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
We would hold our hair.
Do you
Alright,
feel?
let's go.
Yeah, I was about to say. Theo says, "All right, you feel better now," and he starts to lead the pack. All right, you all continue to travel towards Wellsville. As you get there, the road you're kind of like crest a hill, and then there's a steep, long hill that ends in just this one lane town that you can see from where you are, and it's massive compared to Townsend, and it's sorry, other way around. Townsend is massive compared to this, but the key thing about this town is there does seem to be some industrial buildings on the far end. That are most likely what made this town a thing. The workers at these industrial places probably just worked here. And you continue to get close, and I will show you what you see as you do get close. You see snowy streets, cars abandoned off to the side. Some buildings are, they have. By the way, just to clarify, in this image you do see an electricity light that is on. That is not the case. You don't need to be thinking about that. But yeah, it looks like it was lived in during the outbreak. It looks like it might have been picked over, but it doesn't look as desolate and abandoned as Townsend look. So you continue to travel. As you get on the main street and start walking through a few buildings, you start to hear the clopping of hooves other than yours.
No, thank you.
And they're not coming from behind you, they're coming from in front of you. And in front of you, you see 3 figures enter from behind one building and 2 figures enter in the main street from behind another. And they just kind of start heading their way. The person in the front of the group, he's a man with long hair tied into a bun, thin beard, wearing a leather, just a regular winter overcoat. And he approaches with his hands up. And he says, "Hi there. We're travelers in this town, just looking for some supplies. We live near here. I'm hoping that maybe you don't mean us any trouble, because we don't mean you none."
Vibe check.
Go ahead and roll a vibe check. Also, I just lost your... There you go. No, you're fine. Go ahead and roll a vibe check.
I shouldn't be the one rolling vibe checks. 10.
10. Seems like... charming guy. Seems like
Great.
He's means what he says.
I would have my rifle like not pointed at him,
Just, like,
but,
out.
like
Yeah.
like at my side.
Y'all from around here?
Are you?
Yeah. I'm from just outside of town, not too far. Quarter day's
From which
ride.
way?
It's a place called Horizon. We live
Oh, Jesus.
just on the riverbed, about a quarter day's travel.
How many infected you killed?
I didn't know I was supposed to be counting.
A lot.
Dozens, yeah, at least.
How many people you killed?
7.
Why?
Because they were going to kill me. I don't intend to add to that number this evening. I sure hope you feel the same. Everybody else, like, around him is kind of just, like, quietly staring
How
in
many
your
people
direction.
did you say?
5 total.
5 total, and we have 6.
Yes.
Haha. What is this a town that we were planning on stopping at? Is this
Yes.
Wellsville?
Yeah.
Oh fuck me. All right.
Morgan, as you're looking at him, you look past them a little bit. And you see a big sign on one of the storage industrial buildings. And it says Evergreen Medical Storage.
Okay, be right back, you guys. Just kidding. No, just kidding.
We're in the standoff, girl.
You know, we're about to go. We're just planning on making the trek back now. If you wanted to come with us, we have food, shelter, safety.
I don't.
No, that's
think
all right.
we're
You know,
interested.
we've been traveling for quite a while. I think we're
You can understand. You're strangers, and
Oh, of course. No, I completely understand. You'll see some of our signage around. We call ourselves the Dawn. Silly name, but
Yep.
you know, just I appreciate the honesty. Thank you. Well, you know, we're obviously not going to hold you against your will. I do ask that you allow us to leave in peace, though, if your intentions are not to come with us.
of course.
All
I'll
right.
keep. I'm not putting my rifle away, but
You
I'm,
put it even more like at ease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still manageable to like.
For sure. Yeah. But he
But-
notices
but
it's
just
a
show them
decrease
that.
in threat. Yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of nods his head towards you respectfully and says, "All right, good. Well, if you change your mind, there's plenty of signs leading you our way. Okay."
Say, you know of any other communities around here?
We heard of
Sort of
one.
wandering, looking for a place to land.
We heard of one called the Lackens. One we feel you should avoid. We're not sure if they're still around, but and then another group that we just recently heard of. I think up in Blue Valley. It was where they said they were from.
Blue Valley.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Thank you.
Thank you. And again, this place is not ours, so feel free to have whatever you want. But if you do want something that's not cold and abandoned, he looks up at a streetlight. A place with actual electricity. Then you know where to find us. It'll be easy. Y'all have a good evening now. He turns his horse around, and they all start to head out.
Let them get a far
Yeah.
distance.
Yeah.
Suspicious!
They go, I mean, out of my sight.
Can I look around to see in any of the like buildings around
For
if
sure.
I can
Full search
sense
check.
any
Yeah.
like left behinds?
Yeah, of
Good
course.
call, babe.
Oh boy. Search. I got an 11.
No, don't see anything.
Can I
Alright.
also? Can I
Sure.
roll one too?
Yeah.
I taught you well.
Never mind, it's an 8.
Nope, you don't see anything.
Even with a +6!
Theo nudges you, Morgan, and says, "I think I know what building we should try out first, y'all."
Mm-hmm.
Looks over at
My
Evergreen
thoughts
Medical
exactly.
Storage.
I fast trot, full gallop. that
Yeah,
way, if I can.
For sure.
All right, wait up.
You travel that way. You see that the main entrance is on the side, just like a single door. There are also two big garage doors, but those are closed. And the door on the side actually has like a brick holding open the door.
Holding it open.
Yeah, it looks like it's been there a while. Snow over it.
Yeah, I'll scooch my way inside. Is everybody coming with me?
Theo says there's no way we're not all going in there together. There could be infected in there. There could be anything in there.
I mostly mean is Liam coming?
We need to tie the horses.
Oh, I was gonna stay back and look for ammo, but
Well, we can. Anything we're
Let's
wanting to
go,
do, we
let's
can
play.
still look for.
yeah, I mean that's just kind of what I've been having an eye out for. Specifically, if there's any private homes,
There's definitely private homes for sure.
probably looking in there.
Yeah,
Well, first making sure that there are no infected.
yeah, of course. But for
That's
now,
my
does
thing,
everybody?
And that's, that medical thing is way more important.
Do you express you wanting to do the ammo?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I think that Theo would be like, I completely agree. We need to be checking out these homes. With such a big place, I feel like we could use all the numbers we have.
Yeah, we got time, and we don't know if they're lingering.
I don't want to leave you by yourself, Liam. You mind joining us?
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
Puts a hand on his shoulder. I appreciate that. And takes it off, seeing you be awkward about it.
Everyone loves Liam's shoulders.
He looks
Jesse's watching Liam a little bit
They're well muscled shoulders. What can I say?
oh my god.
You all walk. You hang up your horses. Hang them up. You hang them up. And you tie up your horses, and you walk inside. You walk inside the building, and there's a small little hallway that you go through, it's just like a 5-foot hallway, and then it opens up into this area that looks to be like a large storage area. That is currently cut off by what looks to be like a sheet garage door that has a handle at the bottom. And you hear
I press X.
you hear goof,
Nope.
and the door that you came into closed.
Oh, what?
The door from where you guys just came from closed.
But why though? Did it do that?
Is it unlocked? Is it locked?
You go and you try to push it open. It's locked.
Well, who did that though? Are we all in?
You're all in.
Head count.
They left somebody.
All 6 of you are in?
This is why I wanted to stay behind.
Fuck this.
All 6 of you are in.
This is literally why I wanted to stay behind.
I mean, I would immediately start looking for other windows or
There's
doors.
the
any
sheet metal door that's not.
Can I
Is
put
it
my ear
open?
to the?
Sorry, what?
No, you go first, Angie.
I just want to put my ear to the door that closed to see if I can hear.
Oh, there's a little tiny and it's you would not be able to break through it. You know those industrial doors that have those little.
Yeah.
So it's there is a little rectangle square panel there, and you see the man with the hair and his bun looking at you, waving.
Nefarious.
Shit.
This is a nefarious man. Nefarious
Jenna,
people.
you try to open the door at the bottom. The handle comes off. It's not a door. It's a sheet metal wall. And you look up, and there are 3 black, like, slits in the wall. And you hear and you see.
Oh no.
What is it?
We gotta hide!
Gas immediately starts to fill this area and fill the small hallway where the door is. All of you start inhaling, and immediately there's nothing you can do. You try to hold your breath. You try to put your shirts up to your mouth, and you can't do it. You start coughing and coughing.
No.
You don't. Morgan, what?
Is this game mechanic infected, or is this TV show mechanic infected?
What do you mean
Do
infected?
we have gas masks?
I see what you're.
Swords?
I see what you're
Or
saying.
is this?
No, I think I think
Show
I said season 3 canonically that we're don't worry about spores.
Ah,
Damn it! I wish we did.
You start to inhale this gas,
Oh, fuck.
and slowly but surely, you all feel yourselves give in, pass out.
delightful.
I say I'm sorry at the end of it before I pass out. And so we're all dead. Total party kill. What's up?
Yep.
Black.
No, they're just gonna casually
There's-
abduct us. It's fine.
You hear nothing.
Zach's so pleased with himself. Look at him.
I'm having fun.
Freaking him as Theo being like, no, we should really all go in here.
I'm not allowed to have fun.
No, he's having fun, and I love it. For him.
No fun.
His new character is the long-haired man.
That's very funny. Oh
I go
wait,
by,
there
my
is one
goodness.
thing that I did forget.
A person outside who's gonna save us.
Too bad, not allowed.
Liam, as you are coughing and practically passing out, you see on the sheet metal door a note.
Oh my god.
Run. If you are reading
Oh.
this entire place belongs to them, and they are not good people. I heard them talking at night and tried to get Bex to run with me, but she told Nelson, and now... And the trails off.
Are you joking me?
That's cool. We could. Okay,
You all wake up.
finally.
You are in a old, dark basement tunnel. The back of where you are is literally just like a brick wall. And then you are in this like long hallway that ends in a stone archway that then beyond that you see steps heading upstairs. And there is one single fluorescent light that gives this place its look. And it is cold, you are uncomfortable, and you look down and your ankles are chained together. And you have each one hand chained to the wall. Slowly but surely start to stir and come to and look at each other. And you see where you are. And you see that there are 7 of you in this room. You see a Kelsey's face. You see a woman chained to the wall near Liam. Hair covering her face. And she kind of like looks up and looks at all of you as you're waking up. Oh, good to see you're all awake. Welcome to the horizon. What the hell is going on? Theo says.
I think given the very specific imagery of chained to a wall and then seeing this lady also chained to the wall, I think I like instantly break out in like flop sweat, and I just like my breathing is like elevated and like my cheeks get really flush, and
Jesse's not doing hot either. Being
Yeah.
chained to a wall.
For sure.
Yeah, I immediately start thinking of Wes being captive by the
Mm-hmm.
lichens, and I try with my other hand. How far is Jenna from me?
Right next to you, and you can touch her.
Okay, yeah, like my free hand is like just like clenched. And
Yeah, I was
hers.
gonna say I take my free hand and grab Morgan's free hand.
Rafi's just very actively trying to pull on his chains. Come on, you stupid fucking thing.
Rafi,
We gotta get out of here.
save your energy.
You think you're gonna break through metal?
I look at the woman and because I saw the notes, so I would like
Yeah.
look at her and say, are you the one that's been leaving these notes?
Yeah. My name's Evie Bell. You found him.
Well, he found most of them, and
I didn't think anybody would ever read those. How come you still came?
well, we didn't.
Well, I realize that
Didn't
much.
need to.
We had a feeling, I think, and yeah, we got too cocky and found your last note a little too late.
Sorry.
Oh, it's not your fault.
Day is it?
What'd you say?
What day is it?
It's
January
the
2nd?
second, third, maybe,
January 2nd?
or third.
Of what? Of what year?
Oh fuck.
What year?
2040. What is it? I don't remember.
2040, right?
2040.
What?
2040?
How long have you been in here, miss?
December.
Of
37. And that is where we are going to take a little bio break.
Okay.
Stand up, stretch, get some water, but don't go anywhere because we will be right back.
One.
Welcome back to Charm Persons. We last left off with our party finding themselves in the basement of this place called Horizon, and speaking with Evie Bell. As you are all talking with her, the door at the top of the steps opens, and you hear footsteps, and two figures walk down the stairs. One is familiar to you. He has long hair into a ponytail, and he steps forward, and he says, "Oh, glad to see y'all are doing okay now. My name's Nelson Ray. Nice to meet
knew
you."
it. I knew I was gonna ask his name, and I was
and he
Oh, wow.
kind of gestures behind him, and he says, "And this is my father." And the man steps forward, and he says, "My name's Alden Ray. It is a pleasure to meet all of you." Sorry, Angie,
I said old and gray, he said.
did you say that?
Did Morgan say that?
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
Okay.
Oh.
And he says, "I'm sorry that we had to meet under such circumstances." but you all are a dangerous sort. I can see that Nick was not lying when he told us of the people of Blue Valley.
Oh, fuck that
Fucking
guy.
Nick.
I say out loud, actually.
Murderer.
You say that, Morgan, and he looks at you and he says, "Oh, I wouldn't be too mad at Nick. Lots of people will say lots of things when their fingernails are being torn from their fingers. And unfortunately for all of you, I've heard enough of the people of Blue Valley to know that you're too hard to break. Just like Evie here. Evie's become our little leverage, haven't you, Evie?" And Evie spits up in his face. Nelson comes over and slaps the shit out of her. And he says, and that's why you always stay down here, unlike your friend, Rebecca. Her and Nelson have become quite the thing, haven't you, Nelson? And he kind of just like leans back. "Oh yeah, me and Bex. Yeah, we're a match made in heaven." Alden says, "You see, I would have treated all of you the same way, tried to win you over with my rugged charm, but I know that won't work on you. You've been living in a place filled with the death of humanity. Hope. And it's that hope that I cannot let infect this community. So I won't. And whereas Evie, she's good to us alive for now, the six of you, yeah, not so much. Because you see, we plan on making sure we're the only community around. You're stepping on our turf. And we can't have you running home and telling mommy and daddy. So we gotta take out the trash." He whistles loudly, and multiple figures come down the stairs, all with rifles and guns. The 6 runners from Blue Valley are corralled and taken outside of the basement at gunpoint. Hoods are put over your head. You are put in what feels like a van. And the last thing you hear is the voice of Alden Ray saying, "Have fun at the orchard." And the doors of the van are shut, and you start to drive. You react the way you think you would react. Theo has tears silently streaming down his face. Rafi is silent in shock. Like I said, however your character would react to this is going through their head right now, and this is death. This is fear. You force yourself to try to find some acceptance if you can. But panic is taking over you. Just as you hear a familiar hiss. The air gets thicker as you're driving, and you feel yourself start to cough. And Eve. And the last thing that you remember in your conscious mind is a surge of motion, a screeching of brakes, and gunfire. You open your eyes, You are alive. You're in a wood structure, sitting up. All four of you kind of coming to at the same time. Liam, you're the last one to feel a needle exit your arm. As you look up to see Zachariah Williams Gavin staring down at you. And you hear the voice of Derek Williams Gavin. Oh, thank God. It worked. They're waking up.
What the fuck?
Morgan, you feel Wes standing over you. Honey, Morgan, are you all right? Are you awake?
I'm fine.
All of you feel yourselves come to, and you are in Zach's makeshift doctor's office. Maggie's in there. Derek's in there. Wes is in there. Derek is like pacing. His hands are in his head is in his hands. Okay, listen, I don't mean to just kind of immediately hit you, but you have to tell us what they told you, if anything. Zach like puts a hand on it. They're just now waking up. You need to give them some time. And Maggie kind of steps in between both of them and like moves past them and says, "Hey guys, it's okay. You're all okay. I know that the last thing you remember is probably not great, but this is real. This is actually happening to you. We are back in Blue Valley, okay?"
Why?
And she kind of looks over at Derek. Derek is like pacing and kind of worrying, and Wes steps up and he says, "It's all right. I'll tell him." And he kind of, you see that there's some shame in Wes as he says this next part, and it's shame coming from the other three in the room. And he says, "Nick came to us. He told us where you guys were headed. He told us about the group. We were worried. And so me and Vicky and he looks over Derek. We came to just see if we could find you. That was when we saw them take you. And we followed them to Horizon, the water treatment plant on the river. They've made some kind of commune shelter there. But we saw the same van exited almost 8 hours later. The same van that brought you in, and at first we were just trying to take it to maybe get inside to see if we could find you. But then when we ambushed the van and opened up the back, we saw all of you. They he kind of like stops for a second. You all seemed dead. You were blue, oxygen deprived. It's terrifying. But we got you back. Used the last bit of gas in the Jeep from the Latkins. And got you back here, and it's been about 12 hours since then.
In 12 hours?
Since we got you, yeah.
They're coming for Blue Valley.
Derek looks, what?
He said there could only be one community in the area, and we're on their turf.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Shit. And he kind of like stumbles for a second. Zach catches him. Hey, hey, hey. And Zach looks back at you, Jenna. Are you sure?
Sure as I can be.
Wes says, well, how soon?
I'm guessing we just moved their plan up a little bit.
Well, Theo kind of... Well, then we do what we did last time. We take the fight to them. I don't know if that's such a good idea, Derek says. And everybody just starts like kind of like voicing opinions. All of you are reeling from everything that has happened. And take a second to just kind of like catch your breath.
Do we have our stuff?
You do not have your stuff.
So all those health kits we
Yeah,
just
everything
made,
that we
don't-
everything that we need. Yeah.
Nope.
Cool. Neat.
Have we had a long rest?
Yes. You have had a long rest.
Beautiful.
Do we heal one or we don't heal at all for a long?
You heal one for a long rest.
One. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what the right decision is, but I think we need to make it fast. Is there anybody else who needs to be in on this decision?
Well, yeah, I mean, we gotta inform the council of what's going on.
Yeah.
I can't keep them in the
Yeah.
dark.
We should do that now.
I think there's a reason we trained up everybody the way we did in the last 2 years. I think this is a full town hall.
Zach steps forward and he looks at Morgan and he nods his head and he looks at Derek and he says, what else have we been training them for? If not to defend this place. Derek says, I know, but there's kids here, babe. Our kids. And that
Our
does...
kids are here too.
You're right. Listen, all of you, I'm sorry. You just woke up. Take some time. Collect yourselves. And... Well... Just meet us in the main hall in an hour. I'm sorry. I'm so glad you're okay. Sorry, those weren't the first words out of my mouth. And he turns and he... Derek. And he turns and he kisses Zach and he pretty much practically runs out of the room. Zach and Maggie immediately start prepping just water and other things that you might need just to feel okay. Wes looks at you, Morgan, and he says, I'm really glad you're okay. I'll go tell the boys, okay? I'll have them come see you.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Here?
No, and bring them to the hall.
Okay, yeah. And he grabs your hand and he squeezes it and just kind of smiles at you and walks out of the room. We haven't gotten to this point yet, but I do want to say I'm not that cruel. So basically, any of your weapons and items that you have crafted, I will say can be replenished from Blue Valley's supplies. Narratively, we haven't gotten to that moment yet, but when you do either decide to leave or decide to defend this place, the supplies that you gained along the way and had last we left off are the supplies that you would have, but anything personal and anything sentimental the book, Liam's multiple books, his other thing that sounded sexual, but it's not. And yeah, but as far as bullets, ammo, those are the same thing. Weapons, crafting ingredients, all that stuff. You'll be able to have all that back. So all of you are in this makeshift doctor's office, reeling from what happened. I mean, what do? You have an hour.
Jenna would have been waiting like very awkwardly for Wes to leave so that she could swoop in and hug Morgan and like make sure she's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay?
Are you sure? Yeah, I'm alright.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Again, this is happening again, Jenna.
Yeah, I'm afraid it's gonna just keep happening with this world we live in.
Just can't we be neighborly? Can't we just share? This world is small now. We could. It just doesn't make sense.
Well, I think it's important that however we go about this, we give some sort of opportunity for redemption. Definitely not for those fuckers who put us in a fucking basement, but you know, the people that we saw riding by us, they didn't seem like they were the masterminds of anything.
I mean, these people may not be victims, Jenna. These people may have made a conscious choice to live the way that they're living. The Lackans had prisoners. The Lackans captured these people. And yeah, there was Evie, but are the people living at Horizon or whatever the fuck they're calling it, are they with them or are they made to be there?
Well, we don't know. That's just it, right? You can assume that they're not victims.
Well, I don't think I can go back there.
Well, no. No, we need to just
but I can't just sit here.
We need to focus on seeing those boys right now. The town will decide what to do, and we'll help however we can.
And weirdly, like, looking at her now in, like, our home, knowing what I know, feels, like, even harder to, like, look her in the eye.
Yeah. And you do notice that, like, Zach every once in a while is, like, looking at the two of you and then getting back to what he was doing and then, like, looking at the two of you.
Yeah, and I absolutely want to smack him in his face.
At some point, I just go, yes, I told her, stop looking over here.
I good.
Wheel around to Zach.
I told her to since...
she told me.
Good, I told her to since day one.
Yeah, but you could have fucking told me.
It's, frankly, I can't.
Yeah, alright.
Don't blame him. Come on.
Yeah, don't blame me.
Don't you...
Zach goes back to what he's doing.
Fucking dare. I don't...
Let's go see the boys.
How I'm gonna, like, busy myself. I'm gonna go over to Jessie and, like, check on her and make sure she's coming to okay, and, like, check in on Liam as well, and Theo and Rafi, and busy myself momming everybody.
Yeah. Rafi comes up to you, Liam. You actually are both, like, you're in the beds next to each other, and he, like, swings his leg over and looks at you.
I think I'm still, like, because I was the last one to wake up.
Yeah, you are, yeah.
I think I'm still kind of, like, pretty groggy.
Hey, how you feeling?
Where's our stuff?
Probably back at Horizon.
Oh, no.
Liam, what's wrong?
I'll get up and then kind of stumble. I'm, like, out of the medical facility, and I think I just start, like, Florence Pugh Midsummer walking in a straight line, having a breakdown.
Okay, yeah.
Find a gaggle of women.
Rafi.
I'm more thinking, like, the first where she's just, like, walking, like...
Oh.
Rafi would chase after you. Liam, where are you going?
My bag. There was my bag. That was all I had. That was the only things that I had.
Hey! We're gonna decide what to do about that. We might be going to get. I don't know. We might be going there. We might be. We'll get your stuff back. Hey, we'll get your stuff back. It's okay.
Oh, God, I shouldn't have come. I should have left earlier. This is exactly why.
You don't mean that.
And this is exactly why you don't stay in a place for too long, because then this stuff it happens. Oh no.
No, hey, Liam, today you gotta breathe, man. You gotta try to calm down. I understand it's very upsetting. I can't even imagine, but you gotta just think about what we can do to solve it. I mean, you can't think about the past. You can't regret the thing. You don't regret being here. That's not something you regret.
Yeah, I need to. I have to go get it back. That's my stuff. That's everything that That's the only stuff that I have is in that bag.
Okay, we'll go get it then. I'll go with you, even if it's just the two of us. We'll go. Okay, it's not. It's not.
Why would you do that? Why do you keep doing this?
Why do you want me not to?
I just feel like you're wanting something. Like, I don't understand. Like, this is very weird. Okay, I just don't understand why you.
I don't know, Liam. I'm sorry. I just feel a connection towards you, and I don't know. I want to make sure you feel okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I just wanted to help. I just care about you. Sorry. And he turns and he starts to walk away.
I let him.
Okay. Meanwhile, back in the doctor's office,
I got someone I gotta go find.
Yeah. What do you do?
She gets up and she goes over to Zach. She's like, "Is Nick still here?"
No, we let him go again.
Who let him go?
Everybody. He gave
Who
us.
made the choice?
Council voted. I didn't. I was outvoted. Without his information, we wouldn't have found you.
She walks out the door.
Yeah, of course.
Stomping away.
Sorry, AJ says something.
I just said, Jesse.
What?
No. God. Don't waste your energy.
On what?
I'm trying to right this wrong or whatever.
Jesse,
Not even anyone here.
Yeah, Jesse, it's okay. You can just here. Let's go get some air. Theo says.
You make outside. She's like pacing back and forth.
Theo looks over at you, Morgan.
Hands and fists, like
Morgan's like.
He looks at you. Listen. I don't like it either. I don't like that they did that. So what do you want to do about it?
I want to punch him. I want to beat him up real bad, and then if not him, then I want to beat up who left him, and there's not even one person. There's not even one person.
Sorry. Do you want to beat me up?
No. I'm just pacing back and forth.
Yeah. Just I can't even imagine how you feel, but I don't know. What can I do? What can I do?
I'm not okay. And she starts crying.
Yeah, he hugs her and he brings her in. I know, and you don't have to be. Jesse, you're always okay, and it's okay not to be. And he's just like saying that as he's like combing your hair. And he grabs your shoulders and pulls you away. And he says, "Do you want to be at the main hall for the vote?"
Yeah, I want to punch everyone.
Okay, well, let's go. Let's go blow off some steam before we get there, okay?
Okay.
Hey, you and me, right?
Yeah.
Right, good. Right, let's go look for someone to punch. And he starts to like look around like all like cartoonishly like upset. And Zach is back in the doctor's office and he looks at the two of you. Maggie's there as well. She kind of just like gives you like the white people smile, the like pity.
Not the white people smile.
I've lost a point of health.
Yeah.
And Zach,
Psychic damage.
Zach says, so what is their deal? Scale of 1 to 10, how afraid should we be?
I mean, they gassed us in a medical supply center and drug our bodies to another location. They have cars, they have guns, they have people, they have... Did I say gas? Sound familiar?
10. Alright, we're going to need rags. We need to ask anyone that can donate old clothes to donate them. We need to cut them up, and we need to have basins of water ready nearby to wet the rags and tie them around our faces. They're not perfect, but they'll help keep some of the gas out. And Zach immediately starts to get into like analysis mode of everything that is needed and kind of like loses track of the human conversation in front of him. Maggie says, are you guys okay? Is there anything I can... God, is there anything I can do? Oh, real quick, I'm sorry. Emily, I need you to roll a d4 for me.
No, you don't.
-2.
2. I've rolled a 2 every time.
So far, the disease inside of you is not affecting you. How are you feeling, Jenna? Feeling okay?
Yeah, I mean, all things considered, I feel pretty fine, really.
Okay. Morgan, I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I just wanted to respect Jenna's privacy. Just didn't feel like
Jenna wanted to respect Jenna's privacy.
I'll let you two. I'm glad you're home. She immediately like kind of walks away. So you have an hour to kill before the town hall meeting. Is there anything specific you want to do in that hour before the meeting?
Yeah.
Hit me.
Oh, hang on. I wrote it down. Hang on.
Angie disappeared.
I wrote a list of things I might want to do.
Okay.
So did Zach leave too?
Zach's there, but he's like in planning mode.
Okay.
Kind of focused on his journal.
I would say, Zach, do you have somewhere to be outside of this room?
just without missing a beat, he just goes, "Yeah," and he walks outside with his journal.
Amazing. Oh God, where? Sorry, I wrote it and now I can't find it.
All right, well, you've lost your time. We're gonna go ahead and move on.
No.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Okay, I found it. I look at Jenna and I say, I am so mad at you right now.
I know.
And I have no right to be mad at you. A lot of shit is going on. I wrote you a letter. I'd like to read it to you in case anything happens.
Well, okay.
I'm gonna cry though, so please forgive me.
Well, if you're gonna cry, then I'm gonna cry, so.
Okay, well then we'll just fucking cry together then, I guess.
Alright.
And I pull a letter out of my pocket that's like clearly been crumpled up from being in my jeans as we've rode through this whatever. And I look at her and I already got tears and I say, my love, for so many years I would say that in my head as I greeted you. Never would I thought I would get to say it out loud. That I would ever get up the courage to say it to you. But I love you, and I have loved you since we met in 3rd grade, and I loved you the whole walk to Blue Valley, and I loved you through every moment we have helped build this place together. I'm sorry it took me so long to know that I was allowed to love you in the way I wanted, and I won't waste a single second ever again. Jenna, will you marry me?
Just grab her and kiss her. Of course I'll marry you.
We have to wait until this is over and we get back and we make it though, okay?
All right. Is there anything legal about your marriage to West?
I don't think this world has legalities.
Okay,
and I
great.
just laugh and I kiss her back. But you have to stay alive, okay? You have to promise me whatever.
The door opens and Zach walks in. I forgot my. Oh, okay.
Zach!
And he shuts the door. And walks in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to wait to tell anyone?
Yeah, just me and you right now. Just me and you. Until this is over.
Everything's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Let's go see those boys.
Yeah. And I'll take her hand and like drag her out.
Amazing. Well, after that beautiful moment, we will. Is there just one last call? Does anyone want to do anything right before the meeting? Okay, so, so we jump to the meeting. Morgan, Wes is waiting for you with Theo and Frankie. They come running up to you, and they both hug a leg each, and just squeeze. And Theo comes over, big Theo, and tussles their hair and leans down and kisses them. Says, "I'm so happy to see you boys." And Jesse, even you and your mood, it can't help but lighten even the smallest amount. Yeah, exactly.
I like make a big proclamation of like, I think you've grown 3 inches in the 2 days we've been gone. Like the whole like thing.
Theo looks at Frankie and goes, "I told you so." Liam, you see that Rafi, like kind of walks in really solemnly, and then like looks at you like not expecting to like make direct eye contact, and then like just like very pointedly looks away and like goes and finds a seat towards the back of the place. Theo looks at you, Morgan, and you, Jenna, and he says, "Do we have any idea what we're about to tell him?"
We'll tell him everything we got.
No, I mean, I don't know if I've still decided what I want to do. Have you?
No.
We're about to find out. Everybody is taken in. All adults and apparently some children are brought into this room. The council is seated up on like a slightly raised stage made up of Derek and Zach and who else is there? Lots of other people. Vicky's not there actually. She's not head of security anymore. But there's other people there. They don't really matter. Derek and Zach are the ones that you know about.
Derek and Zach are dad.
Like Rick's up there, Penny's up there. Anyway, as all this is happening, you're all brought up to the front. You, for the sake of brevity, relay the information that occurred. And the room is kind of silent for a bit. And Derek steps forward. All of you have taken your seats again. And Derek steps forward and he says, "So, obviously, as a community, we have a decision to make. We are under threat. This is something that Zach and I have worked, along with everybody else, to train you to prepare for the inevitable. For none of us are truly exempt from everything that goes out there. Everything that goes on out there. We have two options, maybe three. We can take the fight to them, as we have in the past. Small group to infiltrate the head. We can fortify this place, build it up, prepare ourselves for an attack, defend our home. We can do maybe a combination of those two. And I guess there is always the fourth option, one that I think I can safely say for everyone is one we will not choose. Leave Blue Valley. I feel people of this community are too proud to leave behind what we have started here, but if that is the way you feel, do not be afraid to voice it. That's why we brought everyone here, because everyone's prepared, everyone's been trained, so everyone should have a voice. The floor is open. Who would like to say something? Derek steps forward and he kind of stands up. He very nervously heads to the podium. I'll just get to it. He holds up his journal, done some planning initially. I do think that defending this place is a possibility. I think that it is something that we would be able to do. So I just wanted to say that it is possible. Oh. Yeah, that's it.
Zach or Derek?
Yeah, that's Zach. And he goes back.
Zach.
He goes back and he sits back down. Derek nods and kind of gives him a wink and says, who else? Morgan, please. And he gestures you to come up on stage.
I look at Jenna as I walk up and I kind of whisper as I pass her and say, I think I've decided. And,
Jenna just whispers back, I'm with you. She walks up.
I go up to the podium and I say, now I think y'all are going to be pretty surprised, but as someone who has worked really hard to build this community, I'm really proud of the growth it's seen in the last 2 years. And I think that the best part of Blue Valley is how we've stayed together. And I think now is the time more than ever that we need to stay together. So I think that we do not leave this town. No one needs to be vulnerable outside its walls. No one needs to put themselves in danger. And I look at Jenna, and I look at Jesse, and I look at Liam and Theo and Wes and everybody who's ever like gone outside.
Yeah.
Say Zach is right. He's trained us for this. This is exactly what we need to be doing. And now's the time to do it. So I say that we wait for them to come to us and we protect our home like we protect each other.
You hear a couple people in the audience. Here, yeah.
And I'll go sit down back by Jenna.
Derek steps forward. Well said, Morgan. Well said. Anybody else? Floor is open. Anybody can speak. Anyone? And,
We gotta set traps too. We can't just let them come.
Zach kind of like leans over from his seat. He says, "Yes, I agree. I have an idea for a few."
Far out. I don't know what road they're gonna take, but
We need to hit
pick
them
them
before
off
they
before
come.
they get here.
Yes, weaken their numbers before they arrive. They wouldn't be expecting it.
I think letting them come to us is the smartest decision. You know, when they were talking about who they thought we were, I realized what sets us apart is that we don't start the fights. And we're not going to start this one.
Derek kind of nods his head. And very intensely, he says, "But we sure as hell finish him."
Damn right we do.
And everybody and people do kind of like, yeah. All right. No one else has decided to speak up.
I would yell before we close the forum. I would, from my seat, find Liam and say, "Liam, what do you think?"
God, Liam's worst nightmare.
No.
The entire room of people like turn to look at you, Liam.
And I like keep my eyes on him, and I look at him,
What? Not now.
and I say,
Please.
"Tell me what you want, Liam."
Please, not now. Please, not now. Please, not now.
Jessie speaks up and she says, "I talked to him before and he agrees with me, so that's it." Right, Liam? Nothing else to add?
Everyone stop looking at me.
Stop looking at him. Everybody stop looking at him. Liam, look at me. Can I roll a convince check to this entire room of people?
No, I would say, I don't know, you have a very commanding mom voice. People kind of just like start to like look away.
Nobody's looking at you, Liam.
Personally.
He's looking at your butt though, so it's okay.
he's
I'm
not
so uncomfortable.
he's not looking at your butt. I just want to
That's
say
even worse than all these people.
I just want to say canonically he's not looking at your butt.
I'm looking at Liam and I can see.
I haven't made up. This is really. I know what you're trying to do. This is the bad way to do it right now. I don't.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Liam, you've been out there. You have seen everything that we're up against and more, and you have survived. You are smart and brave and brilliant, and your opinion matters. And you have kept us safe this entire time. I should have listened to you back there. And I didn't. And I'm sorry. And I jeopardized us. So tell me what you want to do.
You look at Raffi, Liam, at all?
I'm unable to meet anybody's actual gaze.
Okay.
But I do think, without it being a conscious thing, I think the place that my eyes comfortably land on are probably his shoes.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. He doesn't say anything.
If you just stay and defend, that's probably going to be, it's less strain on your resources.
From the stage. Sorry, go ahead.
Makes the most sense. It just makes the most sense to stay, I think.
From the stage, you hear from Derek. Thank you, Liam. Thank you for giving us your input. And Raffi like grabs your eyes, like leans into your gaze and like nods, and then looks back towards Derek as Derek continues talking. All right, well. And before he can continue his sentence, Theo stands up. Wait a minute. And he walks up to the stage. Over 2 years ago, I did something that put this community in jeopardy. And my punishment, my recompense, was being with the group that went and fixed my problems. And as a result of that, I saw 2 of my friends die. And one of my friends be beaten half to death. And I had to know that all of it was my fault. There's a reason this is happening to us. And we discovered it. Patrick Sullivan killed members of this community. And he found that map. And he instigated this. Patrick stands up. They knew about us before I killed them. They were discussing scouting us out. That's why I killed them. That's why I told Derek that this mission was important. And yet you kept the information from me that was the most important. That another group out here, just like the Lycans, knew of us. I know, and I'm sorry. But I did what I did to protect us, not for my own selfish gain. He kind of like says that spitefully back at Theo. Theo looks at him.
Josie stands up.
And you can see Theo did this very emotionally and passionately, and didn't really think about the fact that he didn't actually have proof that that's exactly what happened. And Patrick comes back with this immediate, confident backstory, and you see that Theo is shaken. You should have told us. But Morgan, yeah.
Can I do a vibe check on Patrick's
Yeah,
answer?
for sure.
Like the confidence of it. That is a 24.
24. With a 24, you are confident that he is a little ashamed that he wasn't more straightforward, but he is telling the truth.
Okay, so the whole thing about like him overhearing.
He that was true. That is true.
Okay.
Yeah, you notice
I look
no.
at Theo, like.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And he kind of just steps off, and Derek immediately steps forward. It's okay. Emotions are high. I understand. That being said, I feel like we've heard from everyone who was willing to speak, and maybe one who wasn't, and he kind of chuckles. But still, the votes needs to be had, so everyone that votes to defend Blue Valley, fortify this place, set up some traps a little bit further out, raise your hands and say aye. And like you and like 85% of the room say aye. And Derek kind of nods his head. All right. And he kind of looks over at Zach. Zach stands up. Okay, we need to start planning right away. We don't know how long it's going to take for them to get here, so we will be working through the night. Meet back here in an hour. I will work with the council, and we will have group assignments ready for you by then. And Derek like immediately starts getting to work. Derek kisses him, walks back down the stairs, kind of to all of you. Derek actually, like, as everyone is like starting to stand, Derek says, "Will the 6 people who are on the run please meet me at the front of the stage?" And all of you kind of head to the front of the stage, and he looks at all of you as everyone's starting to leave. Raffi kind of like meets eyes with you, Liam, as you guys get close, and he avoids them. He not in a like, you don't feel any like malicious or like, you can tell it's an awkward thing. It's not like a mean thing, but he like steps so that Jesse is between the two of you. Not to like, once again, you can tell from the vibe. It's like not to avoid you, but it's like he's just, you know. And Derek looks at all of you, and he says, "The 6 of you obviously are attached to this in a very specific way. I feel like you should be the ones to tell me what you would like to do during this."
I would love just nothing more than to just be the person who is heading up all those that can't fight. That I think I would be an excellent asset to protecting them, the children, any people who are unable physically.
Of course. If that's
we can
where
just gather and
if your desired post is to be protecting those who can't fight, then that is where we will put you, and it'll be away from hopefully most of the action. And I think that's probably
okay?
for the best. I think that's for the best, Morgan. I do. You're an asset, and an asset that we could use on the outside, but that also means that we could use one to protect those who can't. So
yeah,
that's what you want to do. That's what you should do.
Yeah, just call me the protector.
Okay, sure. He kind of like laughs. He looks over at you, Jenna. What about you? You want to be with Morgan?
No, I think I need to fight.
All right. You want to be on the? You're a good shot. Do you want to be on the walls?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. He looks over at you, Jesse. Jesse, do you want to be with Morgan? Help protect those who you've helped protected for this long?
He looks at Theo.
Theo looks at you. I'll be on the walls. Well, actually, he kind of like gets it. You see him get like an idea. Maybe if Jesse would be willing, we can be a part of a group that sets up some traps further down the road. Yeah, and Jesse, and he says, yeah. Good. Do you want to set up the traps and then come back before the fight? Or do you want to set up the traps and stay out there like an ambush party? Theo kind of looks at you, Jesse. Well, if we were to do that second one, we definitely need more than just me and her. What do you think?
As he looks at Leo.
I was gonna say before we got to this, I think Liam has his head down. You're dangerously low on ammunition. So the more traps that you make to get rid of them ahead of time so you don't use as much ammo is probably best. And I think I'm better at making traps.
Rafi kind of sits up and he says, well, if they need more, then I'll go.
And we're fast, so.
Theo kind of looks down at himself and then looks back up. Most of us are fast, so.
He elbows him. We're all fast.
Derek kind of nods his head. All right. Those will be your posts. You don't have to come back in an hour if you don't want to. But I do think we're going to get started working soon. Jesse, Theo, Liam, Rafi. I think try to get a little bit of a sleep, but I don't think we should wait more than 4 hours before we send you out there. So meet me at the stables in 4 hours, okay? And Rafi kind of nods his head. Theo looks at you, Jesse, and nods his head. Derek looks at you, Morgan. Morgan, help out how you can, but we're really not going to need you until shit hits the fan.
Well, then I'll be ready when shit hits the fan.
Good. Jenna, if you could maybe help Zach over some gentle reminder training for some of those people on the walls.
Of course.
Right. Really glad you guys are okay, and I don't know, I feel confident. And it looks at you, Morgan. Everything you said, you were right. He reaches out and he very gently squeezes your shoulder and then runs back up onto the stage. What do you do? Theo, I think, would kind of... Well, Theo goes up to Morgan. Actually, no, he goes up to Jesse. And he says, hey, what are you planning on doing for these 4 hours?
Panicking?
Right. Meet at my place?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I could... Yeah. Also, he kind of leans in. Are you wanting to make the trap and then leave?
I can't leave them.
Okay, no, good. That's not what I wanted to do too, and I kind of caught that vibe for just a second, and I wanted to make sure that that's not what you wanted to do.
No.
Okay, good.
Not
Good.
yet.
Yeah, no. Yeah. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna go talk to Morgan.
All right. Good luck.
Thanks. I'll see you at my place. And he walks away. And he goes up to you, Morgan. Hey, sis, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, bud, what's up?
Jenna, I guess you can hear this too. You deserve to.
Oh, Lord.
I've been thinking about leaving Blue Valley. I wake up every day and my window is covered by curtains of regret. And every once in a while I'm able to peel them back and I'm able to see the sun coming in, but a lot of the time I don't have the strength to pull them apart. I see Wes and I'm reminded of what I did to him. I see your hand, Morgan, and he kind of reaches out and grabs it. I'm reminded of what you put yourself through for me. I see those boys. I remember how I almost orphaned those boys. And I've done so much over these past 2 years to get past all that and feel like I have redeemed myself. And I can't describe to you the pain and the feeling that I've forgiven myself. And yet I still feel like I don't belong. Because it lets me know that that feeling is real. Not just something I'm making up in my head, or it's not something I'm doing to feel sorry for myself. It's just true. I don't feel like me here anymore. And I don't know what to do about that. Everyone I ever loved is here. But every time I see them, I remember how much I hate myself. And I'm so done hating myself. I can't do it anymore. So I told Jesse I wanted to leave. And I haven't known how to tell you or. But I'm not going anywhere right now. I'm staying here until all this is figured out, and then some. Especially with you, Jenna. I'm not leaving. Not until we know. One way or another. But I just felt like you deserve to know that you've only had a part of me for these last 2 years. Because the other part of me, I left it out there. And it hasn't come back with me. And I need to find it. Because I can't breathe. I'm sorry. And he just starts crying.
And we're in the hall still.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I look at Jenna. And I look back at Theo.
He looks about 3 inches shorter.
And I'll look at him 3 inches closer to my face. And I'll say, I'll see you after all this is over. And I'll pat him really fucking hard on the shoulder. And I'll just walk away from him.
Give him a much softer pat and follow behind.
He collapses in the nearest chair, and the sobs are echoed throughout the hall. Liam, what are you doing during this time? You're muted, I think.
Hello. Yes.
Hello.
No. Yeah, I think after that, we're given the 4 hours.
Yeah.
I think I still just go for a walk for a little while. I think
Yeah.
for the first hour, and then I think after that, I'm gonna go find Rafe.
Okay. Yeah. Um, you know where he lives. You know where everybody lives. Even in 2 weeks, actually, I would say especially you. Even in 2 weeks, very much of like you immediately knew every inch of this place probably,
Yeah.
for safety reasons, you know.
Yeah.
And you find him outside. Um, as you're like getting close, it's not because you're getting close. Like you see him from a distance away. You see him talking with his dad. His dad, like the coach, puts a hand on his shoulder and like pats it and walks inside. And then you just see Raffi is leaning back and he's like looking up at the. At this point, you got captured. Like around 8 or 9 p.m. It took a few hours to get there. Around midnight, you were rescued, so it's about noonish. So it's about like mid afternoon. So he's like looking up at the like mid afternoon sun, and you approach. And he kind of looks over and is like a little startled. Um, hey,
Hey.
I'm sorry that Morgan did that in front of everybody, but what you said was right and needed to be heard. So I'm glad you said it.
This is going to be really dangerous.
Yeah. Are you gonna leave?
My dad gave me this scar. Um, it was bad. It was okay. So it was just my family, me and my mom and my dad, and
Just like as you're talking, he just like gently like sits you down on the steps, like you're like almost like automaton, like getting it sat down.
me, my mom, my dad, I 4 sisters. They were all older than me, and it was just us in a house up in the mountains. Um, they had been preparing it for years, I guess, in case the world like shut down. It did. So they had stuff, like a lot of stuff. It was just us for my whole life. Um, we were taught, me and my sisters were taught to hunt and scavenge and kill animals. Really, we didn't really kill people. Um, that's where I learned everything. Um, and when I think I was about 18, my mom got sick, like normal sick, but nothing was really working because we didn't really trust a lot of medicines. And I think something in my dad broke, and um, he thought that if she got bit, that it would she'd get better. And so me and one of my sisters, we went to go get one of them, and uh, the trip went really bad, and I messed up. I was too loud, and my sister Lily got she got bit. And so we went back home, and my my dad told he separated her from the rest of us, and he, when Lily was different, had her by my mom. And then it got really bad. He kept them in our basement and would feed them. And over the next year, 2 of my other sisters got bit while feeding, and then my other sister just she just walked down there. That was my oldest sister, and I couldn't take it anymore, and I said that I was gonna leave, and he did this, and I don't remember doing it. Well, I do, but it didn't feel like me. I just we were fighting, and I pushed him down the stairs, and they killed him. I watched them do it, and then I left, and now I'm here, and that's why this has been not easy. And then I throw up.
He pats you on the back, like rubs your back. Hold on. And he stands up and he runs inside. And he comes back out pretty quickly with a canteen that he gives to you. Here, have some water. You drink some water.
Take a bit.
Yeah. That's I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. I'm so sorry, Liam.
That's just why I don't talk. That's why talking is, you know.
Would you be upset with me if I gave you a hug?
Okay.
He gently wraps his arms around you and gives you a squeeze, rubs your back. And while he's hugging you, he says, "No one with a heart like yours deserves to have gone through that." And he kind of pulls you back. He says, "To have gone through what you have gone through and still have a modicum of decency left in you."
That's not why I told you. That's not why I told you.
I know, but you telling me that is why I'm telling you this, and I would like you to listen to it. You are good, Liam. You're not some stray cat that has to wander from home to home. You're a person with a heart and a mind, and you deserve a home with people who care about you, because that does still exist in this world. My dad's taught me anything, it's that, and I know that even speaking with me is probably so annoying to you because it's a reminder that I have lived the privileged life that I have. And I can't change that, but what I can change is how you feel about this place. At least I can try. Liam, don't make this your next stop. Please. I've never... Looks inside. Never felt this way about somebody. I didn't know I was able to. It's not even really something that. I don't know why. I'll be honest with you, I don't know why. I don't know why I feel drawn to you, I just do. I think you're smart. And I think that you are strong in will. And you've seen a side of this world that I haven't. A side that I would like to embrace. And maybe if you'll let me, I can get you to a place where you can embrace another side of life. A side where you don't have to have eyes in the back of your head. A side where people mean what they say. I don't know. I'm just kind of rambling. I hope that you stay when we're done with all of this.
Let's talk after.
Yeah, of course.
Let's talk after we don't die.
If you die, I'm gonna be so pissed at you.
Okay.
And he can't help but laugh. Okay, I should probably try to get some sleep.
Oh, great. Well, then we'll see you out there then.
Yeah. He grabs your hand and he squeezes it. And he looks at you for just a second longer than you probably are willing to look at him, and he practically runs inside.
Turn and walk away. Do like the Pride and Prejudice Mr. Darcy hand thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesse.
Yep.
Theo shows up at his place.
She just looks at his face, like pulls him into a hug, like no hesitation.
He starts crying.
Oh, didn't go well.
Thought maybe she'd understand if I told her how I really felt, what this place did to me. How hard it was for me to live here. I thought maybe she'd sympathize, but like I said, 2 years ago something broke between the two of us. And it ain't ever gonna get fixed. You can stay here if you want, but I need some sleep. And he kind of pushes past you and goes into his room.
I want to go talk to Morgan.
Okay, yeah, amazing.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, I got her on fire. She hasn't punched anything yet.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Who would have thought that the target ended up being Morgan? Okay, so
I was waiting for someone to blame for something. She walked up.
amazing. So you know where to find her. Morgan, are you at your home?
I probably would have, gone home, tried to
I would say Jen is there with you.
get the boys in, yeah. Oh, there's Theo. Always in Jenna's lap.
Yeah.
So yeah, do I hear banging?
Oh,
Like,
well,
are you,
you hear like police knocking.
Oh god. I look at Jenna and I
I'll get the door.
okay.
And I'll very slowly open it up,
Yeah.
not knowing what's on the other side.
I don't know if you've ever seen Jesse mad. Like, I don't know if this has ever happened before. Like,
I've probably
fire
seen
eyes.
you get like stern with a misbehaving child or something, but
Sure, absolutely.
that's probably the most.
Yeah.
Jesse, honey, are you okay?
Take a deep breath. I need to talk to Morgan. Please.
Okay, yeah, come on in, of course.
No.
Of course.
If she could come outside, that would be great.
Okay.
I would hear
go
this,
to-
yeah.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, I stand up.
As Morgan passes, I say, I think you're in trouble.
If I don't come back in 10 minutes, check on me.
Of course, you got 5.
Okay, I'll go out. Are we outside? Outside, like, would we be?
Yeah,
or is there,
sure.
like a hallway.
He just wasn't sure if the kids were inside and like didn't want to yell. or
Yeah.
the
Oh
kids
yeah, they
could
would
hear
have been.
it yell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say you probably just fully step outside the building.
Okay.
You grab your jacket, yeah.
What's up?
Why did you do that? I don't know what you did.
What are you?
What did you say to him?
Well, I didn't say anything.
I thought you were better than that.
Better than what?
He bared his soul to you and you said nothing? That's your own brother, Morgan.
Yeah. What would you have me say, Jesse?
Anything. I hear you. I love you. Anything.
Jesse, I've spent the last 2 years trying to show that boy that I have forgiven him, that I love him, that I accept him. And every time I look at him in his eyes, he looks like a pitiful little puppy that I've been kicking this whole time. And I love that man. But if he wants to go, he's gonna go, and he doesn't need me to tell him that I love him. Me telling him that I love him is not going to make him stay, and me telling him I love him is not going to heal whatever he needs to find in himself to heal that can't be here and can't be with us. So why would I continue to beg and plead for him to stay when he has already made up his mind? And maybe this will make it a little bit easier for him to do that. Maybe he needs someone to blame, and maybe I can take that. But I already got Jenna leaving me. And I don't know how much time I got left with her. And if he wants to leave too, then he can go ahead. But I'm not going to cry any more tears over him. But I can keep loving him. It just might not be in the way that is going to fix him. And maybe I should tell him that. Maybe you're right. But do you really think that it's going to do anything?
I don't know, but he deserves more than nothing.
He does, but does he want it?
I think he does. And it's not his fault that it took him this long. It's not.
Are you saying it's your fault?
What do you mean?
Whose fault would it be?
Why does it have to be somebody's fault?
It doesn't, but you said that it's not his fault. So it's nobody's fault then.
Fine. Fine.
And I'm sorry,
No, you're not.
Jesse.
What? You gotta love people when it's the hardest.
Oh, I have. Oh. You're right. You do. So keep doing that. You keep loving people when it is the goddamn hardest thing that you have ever done in your life. And you do not stop. Okay? You swear to me that.
I already do.
Then you don't have anything to worry about.
She nods and she's gonna go turn around and walk away.
Okay. Morgan, what do? Do you go back inside?
Yeah, I'll go back inside, and as soon as I see Jenna, I will just start sobbing as hard as Theo does.
No!
And I'll just have myself a nice little cry night, and I'll have a little spa night with myself and my love and my kids, and we'll just all visit each other. We'll read a bedtime story. It'll be great.
Get it in while you can.
I think Jenna would probably be fighting to make the night as normal as possible.
Yeah. Oh, and I would fall, like, as soon as she started, like, being like, okay, we're gonna do like a normal night, I'd be like, yeah, yes, bitch.
Jesse, you return back to Theo's place, or do you go to your own place?
I'd go back to Theo's, but I wouldn't wake him up. I'd just be there if he needed.
His door is open and he is not in his room.
What?
It's because he's standing in the kitchen.
You asshole!
He like her heart stops. She's like,
do you like hurting us?
Burns.
A little bit. He looks at you, but you do see, Jesse, that he is there. And he looks at you. Yeah, I know. I understand it happens to me too. He looks at you. Hey. Where'd you go?
I had to let off some steam.
Me too. Come join me. And he pours himself another drink. Pours one for you. Come on.
No.
What?
She takes it away.
He stops you from taking it away, or tries to stop you from taking it away.
Theo.
Jesse, this would be my third one.
What the hell is this?
Whiskey.
I know that.
What? I can't have a little fun? I mean, what's the point, you know? Might as well have fun. I'm gonna probably die tomorrow or leave tomorrow, one of the two.
Her eyes start filling up with tears.
What? Why are you... What's wrong?
I'm really tired. I'm feeling sad.
What did I do to make you feel sad? Listen, I know it's been a while since I've had a drink, but today was a shit day. And my sister only thinks about how I've hurt her and not how I'm hurting. And I'm alone. I mean, I have you and I have my family, but I don't have anyone that loves me. Like Morgan loves Jenna. Or like Zach loves Derek. Or like fucking Raffy loves fucking Liam.
It's gonna take us to Atlanta.
Where?
Atlanta.
You were gonna take us?
That was my plan.
Why was?
I'm just saying, that's what I was gonna do if you were up for it.
You go with me?
I already told you that. And I just walked over to yell at your sister outside because I was trying to defend you, and now you're doing this? And what the fuck, Theo?
Kind of like looks down at himself. I don't know. He takes the whiskey bottle and rapidly shoves it upside down in the sink. What am I doing? This is exactly what I always used to do. This is what she expects me to do.
She like takes his hands. She looks at him.
I'm sorry.
You have every right to make a mistake, okay? We all do. It's a fucked up world. But you gotta believe that somebody you gotta believe in us. At least somebody, at least most of the time. That's all. And they said there's a ton of people in Atlanta. So many people that we're not even gonna know left from right. And there's probably like 15 billion people that are gonna fall in love with you. In that way, if that's what you want.
He just pulls you in for a big hug.
Feelings.
I've always wanted to go to Atlanta. Let's do it. After this is all done, let's do it. You and me. Squeezes your hands. You know I love you, right?
And you know I love you.
Good. Okay, I'm gonna go take a cold shower, sober up, and then actually get some sleep.
Yeah, then actually sleep, you liar.
I know. He starts to leave and then turns and walks back. And he practically runs and hugs you, almost boulders you over.
I'm small!
And then he kind of chuckles and he just pulls you back and he says, "Thank you. Thank you for being what I need the most." And he goes to the bathroom. the rest of you find yourselves asleep or by yourselves for the evening. However, Liam, where would you go, you think?
I think after that that was a really charged conversation.
For sure.
And the hand holding thing's odd.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna walk to the wall, the main gate.
Okay.
I'm gonna climb up and then just kind of sit on the edge and watch the horizon.
You hear a creaking on the ladder as another person walks up the ladder and joins you. And he sits next to you. You and I don't talk much. That's usually Derek's thing. You seem to be pretty smart. And you're going out to set traps with the others. I wanted to know what your plan was. See what supplies you need. I was thinking maybe if we're trying to conserve ammo, it'd be too hard to dig a ditch on any of the actual roads. But we could maybe do that on some of the paths. But I'm stuck on what to do on the actual roads. And he, for the first time, turns and looks at you and makes eye contact. Any ideas?
I'm assuming this is
Zachariah
Williams Gavin.
Yes.
Well, if you can get something that would divert them off of the road and into the path, that would drive them into the bigger traps. They'll also probably have vehicles, so anything that would tear up the tires. Also, if they're on horse, something that would divert the horses. So, burying any kind of spikes, wires of any kind would be best. That would drive them.
Your horses. We found them at Townsend. They had wolf pelts. 2 of them.
Oh, yes, I made those.
Well done. What if we fashion some wolves of ourselves? Spook the horses. Get them off the main path.
It would definitely... It would, I think, work where... Yeah, I think the cars would probably be easier, almost, because you can tear those up. The horses, you might have some more difficulty, and that could help.
Yeah. It's such a simple solution. Don't fight the hard way and put the trap in the hard place. Move them to where the trap is easier. Looks at you like genuinely like, thank you. Appreciate your input.
Yeah. Of course. Your kids aren't annoying. The other kids can be a lot. Yours are always really cool.
It's because I'm their dad. And he stands up and walks off. But as he turns back one last second, he says, I'm glad you're here, Liam. We all are. He turns and walks down the ladder. And that is where we're going to stop for this evening. Next week, we will pick up for the Remain Season 4 finale, Battle at Blue Valley. Thank you for watching. This coming Sunday, we are having a one-shot that I need to get the details to my players very soon. I keep forgetting to do that. We're going to be having a Barrington Games one-shot this coming Sunday, so that'll be a lot of fun. And stay tuned for that at 2 p.m. Central this coming Sunday. And then Monday at 6:30 p.m. Central is the second session of Candlekeep, the long shot of the origin story of the Muffins. And then Tuesday is the talk back for Bugs in Space at 6 p.m. Central. And then right back here, Wednesday, we got a full week for you. 4 out of the 7 days we are streaming. I know. And then this coming Wednesday, a week from today, 6:30 p.m. Central, the grand finale of The Remain Season 4, as well as maybe a teaser for Season 5? What? Okay, so thank you all for joining us. Stay tuned at Charm Persons on all social media. Thank you to my players, the best players a GM can ask for. And as always, everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Tough
Gute
luck.
Nacht.